Sunday, December 30th, 5:30 p.m. Mountain Time, 2018. Guys, in this video, we're going to take a look at yet another perfect sphere that left the surface of the sun on Christmas Eve, early on Christmas Eve, at around the 8 o'clock position, right here on the eastern limb of the sun. It reminds me of 2012 when we saw this incident for the first time. And it was a much more dramatic event. It was a very large, perfectly round sphere that was attached to the sun with what looked like an umbilical cord. After sitting here for many, many hours, the entire structure detached from the sun intact. The entire sphere remained intact, and it disappeared from the view of the camera. That was the first time that had ever been seen on the instrument. That was the SDO instrument. Now we're seeing it on the SOHO instrument. I put together a video here of this event that occurred on Christmas Eve, and here it is. That's in regular format, regular speed. Here I've slowed it down, and you can see a perfect sphere left the surface of the sun just a few days ago in that same exact position. Here it is again in a different format. I use multiple formats that give it a different look, different perspective. I slow it down, I speed it up, I zoom in. It's a perfect sphere, just like we saw back in 2012. And honestly, since 2012, I think I can only count maybe 4 times that this has occurred. It's a very rare phenomenon. The last time I saw this, it occurred on the right-hand side of the sun at around the 4 o'clock position, and it was a very large, perfectly round sphere, and it detached at a pretty high rate of speed. But that umbilical cord incident that we saw in 2012, that was one of a kind. Haven't really seen anything like that since. Very rare occurrence, much like this here. I mean, we don't see this very often. Here's some still shots of this perfectly round sphere that detached and went off into the universe. And it remained intact for as long as you could see it on the SOHO LASCO C2 and C3 instrument. So kind of a rare event. Like to take a close look at it whenever it does happen, because it does not happen very often. Here it is in just plain old black and white. Shows up clear as day. This one here is a little heavily saturated with light, but you can see it was dragging light with it. But there's the sphere right there, and that's on the SOHO LASCO C2 instrument. And here it is in a sci-fi format, which converts light to dark and dark to light, and you can still see it right there. Perfectly round sphere. Don't see that very often. I've been getting a lot of sun anomaly photographs from different people that have seen things near the sun from the surface of the earth, not necessarily in space. That was the most recent thing that I've seen from space, but a lot of people are seeing things from Earth near the sun. I've got another video, in fact, I'll share that with you here right now, and I've got one that I'm working on. A gentleman from Ontario sent in pretty good. I'm waiting on a question I asked him. Whenever he responds to my question, I'll proceed with the video, but we may have something there. We'll have to wait and see. This one here looks like a dual sun, but what I think is going on is this video was taken
double sun.
was
See that? There is 2 suns.
was
Right
taken
there.
behind a glass.
The big one, and there's that little one right next to it. What the heck? I got that on video.
I think that was taken behind a glass, and that will recreate this phenomenon you see right here. It will look like dual suns, especially if the sun is low on the horizon. So I didn't get any information about this. It always looks kind of neat, but again, I don't think that's actually what we have here. I just wanted to show you this is an example of someone possibly filming the sun from behind a glass window, and it will create what looks like a dual sun phenomenon. But I don't necessarily think that's the case here, guys. But I wanted to share that with you just to show you what does occur when you film it from behind a glass window. The Sky Phenomenon Photo Gallery, I've got a lot of new pictures in the gallery. I've got more to get through. I want to share some with you now that have been sent in recently. Here's one of them here. This is sent in by Graham. Not exactly sure of the location, but you can see what looks like the sun down here, at least sunlight. Kind of a partly cloudy day, but the sun is actually up here. The clouds are acting like a basically H-alpha filter. An H-alpha filter is a solar filter that allows you to look directly at the sun safely without all of the very intense harmful light. So that's a look at the sun right there. That's why he took the picture, because of that orb, but that orb is actually the sun itself. So a good photograph, good observation by Graham. Not exactly sure of the location, but you can find the photo in the Sky Phenomenon Photo Gallery. Here's another example of that same phenomenon. This photo was taken by Joe from Detroit, Michigan, and the sunlight is up here. The clouds here are much thicker, and they too are acting like a solar filter, minimizing the sunlight to where you can actually look at the sun safely just for a brief moment in time until the clouds move away. And he took a picture of it, and the picture was not overly saturated. You could see the entire solar disk of the sun. That's the sun, and that's the sunlight. So kind of a cool picture here. Don't see that very often, but when you do see that, that's the sun. That's the actual solar disk, and the clouds are acting like an H-alpha filter. Pretty cool. Good observation, Joe. Thanks for sharing. Here's a cool picture sent in from Jamaica, New York by Janet. Took this the other day. Janet also saw the electrical spectacle. I've got another video to share from that event that is really close up. I mean, right on top of that event when the night sky turned blue over New York City. And Janet got a video of that event, and she also took a picture of the horizon. I don't know if this is probably opposite of sunset, it looks like. These look like anti-crepuscular rays, but nevertheless a very neat photograph. Thank you, Janet. Greatly appreciate it. Once again, all of these photographs you can find in the Sky Phenomenon Photo Gallery at the website, MrMBB333.com. This photo was from Utah, sent in by Eric as he was driving down the highway. I thought it was kind of cool. The sun just getting ready to go behind these mountains. Got a partial halo. You can't see the halo up top here because there's cloud cover, but these are what are known as sundogs, and every once in a while they do look like a mini sun over here putting off very bright light. Zoom in on one real quick and you can see that's what it does look like with color, but those are called sundogs. I don't know who named those, but that's the name that I've always been told these things are, or that's what they're referred to. And it's part of a halo. It happens sometimes when the sun is lower on the horizon, right around here, around 20 degrees or lower. Don't normally see it too much when it's higher up in the sky. If you do, and this is going on, you'll see a full halo. The halo you can't see because of the clouds. So good picture, Eric. Thank you for sharing. You can find that in the Sky Phenomenon Photo Gallery. This photo here was sent in by Julio, and you can see we've got one of those dark curtains in the sky. There's the moon over here, which looks like it's kind of upside down, and one part of the sky is completely dark, got a straight line. That's why he took the photograph. And the other part of the sky's got clouds and light. Very rare phenomenon. Don't see that too often. Thank you, Julio, for sharing. And you can also find that photograph in the Sky Phenomenon Photo Gallery. There's another look at that sphere. And I've got some more photos here. Another big double rainbow with what I call the highway in the sky. This was taken by Danelle from Chico, California. Good photograph. And also, you can find that in the Sky Phenomenon Photo Gallery. This photo was taken by John from Ontario, Canada. You can see some colorful clouds here. I'm working on this video here. This is a still shot from a video of what looks like something at the 11, maybe 10 o'clock position of the sun. This is the video, or this is a still shot from the video I was talking about earlier. There may be something more to this picture here than what we see. I'm working on it. I'll share that with you guys in a day or two, but it looks like it could be something unique. This photograph here was taken by Jugen from Germany. Sent this in a couple of days ago. We've got what they call a hole punch cloud that's got a sundog in it, kind of rare, bright sun, and again, you can see how it's lower on the horizon. That's when you get these sundogs. Great photograph, thank you. And that one is also in the Sky Phenomenon Photo Gallery. And I'll leave you with this one here. Don't know anything about it. It was sent in. Looks like there's two suns or a crescent with a dark looking sun and then a full sun. Not sure where this is at. Don't know anything about this, guys, but there it is. I wanted to share it with you guys. Been getting a lot of stuff with regard to pictures of the sun, video of the sun. Seriously, a lot in the last week to 10 days. And this one here, don't know anything about. Far as I know, it could be, you know, a photoshopped picture. I don't know. But I found it kind of interesting. I don't think that this photo here would necessarily remain low profile. This would be a viral picture if this was a legitimate picture, but again, I don't know anything about it. It very well could be. Nothing surprises me in this day and age. Here's the website, MrMBB333.com. It's a good little hub for information if you want to keep up with the Earth, the Sun, the weather, the Schumann resonance, moon phases, and everything in between. You can see the Earth down here at the Goes East. Just click on it, and anytime, day or night, you can see the Earth in color. Great feature from the Goes East. We've got the Schumann resonance here on the lower right-hand side. All of this data is in real-time data, and the Schumann looks quite normal today. Interactive weather map, you can click on that and see what the weather conditions are across the U.S., and you can go right to your area and see what the weather conditions are going to be. At Interactive Weather Map, that's through Intellicast.com. Got seismographs, real-time lightning, ionosphere, Yellowstone, X-ray solar flares, solar wind speed, new force. Got a lot of information on here. Newsroom up here at the top at the Daily Report. News articles are updated daily, sometimes multiple times a day. All right, guys, that's all I got for now. Another sphere launches off the surface of the sun. That's probably the fourth one in many, many years. Don't see this very often. Kind of a rare phenomenon. Thanks for watching. Have a super day, and be safe out there, guys.